All right. Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Today is definitely Monday at my house. As you can tell, it's been Play Doh day. And hey, you know what? I'm a mom. This is life. And for those of you who follow me, totally understand, that this is life, right? Just to do life together is part of the reason why I have this channel. So I'm so excited to jump on here today. I really want to share with everybody kind of some upcoming events here on this channel, and then just share with you a little bit about how things are going in my own health journey. So if you're alive here right now, I'd love for you to just type alive in the chat. And as we go throughout this, I'm just going to be giving you some really important information in the chat to make sure that you're checking that. Okay. And if you're catching this on the replay later, I'm going to post this to my channel so you guys can watch this later. If you weren't available to come live today, and you can make sure that you just type replay in the chat as well if you're here watching this on the replay. So let's go ahead and jump in. Today, I want to share with you about an upcoming Bible study that I'm going to be doing here on this channel. I've been thinking about doing this for quite a while and haven't really gotten like super good clarity, I guess, on whether or not I should be doing this, because it's going to take a lot of time on my part. But, a lot of times when I make decisions to do things, I decide to do things based on, what everybody else needs. And I tend to forget, hey, I have needs too, right? So I wanted to make sure that when I said, yes, I'm going to do this, I was going to be able to commit and follow through and show up for you here. And this is really important to me, this topic about emotional eating that I'm going to be sharing, because it's important to you, because it's something that I've overcome, that I even continue to deal with. It comes up still sometimes in my life. I've overcome emotional eating as something that just used to kind of have like a hold on my life. It doesn't anymore. I'm so thankful for that. But there's still days. I mean, there really is. I just have to tell you, there's still days, and there's still sometimes, a couple days, 3 days or so before even my time of the month, my cycle comes, where I'm having to battle like hormonal changes and cravings and things like that. And that is also emotional eating. So I really want to do this Bible study. And so what I'm going to do, it's a Bible study that, I don't know if you've ever heard of this Bible study by Barb Raveling. It's called Freedom from Emotional Eating. It's a 40-day Bible study that I actually went through a couple of times because it's just that good. And I've been sharing it with people in my private Facebook group. I've been sharing it with people in my coaching community. I've been sharing it everywhere. But I wanted to share it here because I thought this would be the perfect place to just jump in here together and do this Bible study together for 40 days. Now, before you freak out, it's not going to be 40 days consecutively, because hey, that's not realistic. So let's do this. What I'm going to do is, starting on August 21st, and I'll put some little reminders up in, along the way. I know that's a few weeks out. But starting August 21st at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can tell it's Monday. Okay, my brain. I'm going to be showing up in here on YouTube live at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. We're going to take the weekends off. And the reason for that is for those of you who need to catch up during the week on the Bible study. You can watch the replays. They'll be posted here on my channel under the lives. But it's basically just going to be me showing up at 6 o'clock in the morning for an hour. We're going to hang out here. I'm going to go through the Bible study, one day at a time, with you Monday through Friday. And hey, there's going to be a lot of days I may show up, just very undone, but unkept, or whatever you want to call it. But it really doesn't matter. This is so much more important to me than, showing up polished for you. Hence the reason why I didn't even try to clean up the mess. I'm like, you know what? This is really where I film my YouTube videos and all the things. But today my little guy was in here playing, and I'm just going to let it be for now, because hey, this is life. But I really want to invite you to come to that. And what you need to do to sign up to come to that and get the reminders. Now, you can just come live, okay? You don't have to sign up. This isn't a private event. It's going to be public for anybody. This isn't just for women. This is for anybody. But a lot of this channel's followers are y'all, the audience, right? You're women, okay? So, but for anybody who wants to come. But in order to get reminders about and replay like links and stuff like that about the Bible study, I want you to just send me your email. So if you want to get on the email list to get reminders just for this Bible study, don't worry, I'm not going to be spamming you. You can just type in the chat, let me know your email, or send it to me privately. Actually, I will send you something. Let me see if I can just send you something where you can sign up for that, and I'll type that in the chat as well if you're not comfortable leaving your email address right here in the comments. But just give me your email address one way or the other. You can join my private Facebook group and do that. There's multiple ways. You can just send me an email. You can find my email on my channel. And also, let's see, let me give you guys the link. If you're interested in joining the Bible study, where we're going to be going through freedom from emotional eating. And y'all, this is a powerful study. This is a powerful study. This woman is amazing. She's done an amazing study. And I just think it's such it's a Bible word rich study. It's just so phenomenal. It set me free in a lot of ways. So if you want to go through that, I'm going to give you the link to go ahead and you can buy your study on Amazon. And the reason I'm jumping on here so far ahead, like, hey, we're starting this August 21st, Catherine, why are you letting me know now in July? So that you have time to order your book, because I would like for you to have a book to go through it with us, right? And if you don't have a book, that's okay. But I'm not going to have slides up while we're doing this. So I would really love for you to have something to actually like open, look at, and read along with me, so that when we go through the scripture, when we go through the study questions, and I'm asking you questions, you're going to be able to like take notes, write things down, go through it as well. But also, I want you to be able to get started, so that you can get started. And when we get started together, we'll just go back over week 1, day 1 together, and you can just come in already having a little bit of like a head start, and then we'll just go over it. That's really the best way to learn anyways. Go through it and then go through it again, go through it with people, talk it out, things like that. You're going to be able to interact also. This is an interactive study, so you can interact in the live stream. But that's that. Okay. So if you want to be part of the emotional eating Bible study, just type me in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that that's something that you want to do, and grab that link I just put in the chat also for you to just go and grab that study from Amazon. I think it's like $12. Seriously, it's not very expensive. It's just it's a great investment in your health. It's an incredible investment in your health. But also, I've created a mini course called Overcoming Emotional Eating God's Way, and it is phenomenal. It really expounds on this Bible study. So if you want to go ahead and jump into that also, just type mini course in the chat and I'll get you the information so you can go start taking that mini course right now before we get started. And the reason I chose August to start this Overcoming Emotional Eating and Freedom from Emotional Eating Bible study, is what I meant to say, is because the number 8 is significant to God. It means new beginnings. Okay. That's awesome. The number 8, August is the 8th month. We are going to begin new. We don't have to wait till January 1st. We don't have to wait until, whenever it seems to be the best time to start working on your health. We're going to start August, because August, the 8th month, 8 means new beginnings. So that's why I chose to do that. I was actually going to start at the beginning of August, but then again, like I started this whole chat out with saying like, hey, y'all, I want to make sure that this is good for me and for you. So, hey, you okay over there, buddy? Milo. Oh no, my little doggy is not feeling good. I better go take care of him. So that's what, oh, buddy. But that's what I wanted to let you guys know about, why the timing of it is so important. Okay, then jumping into really, really quickly what it is I'm doing right now. I know a lot of what I've been like sharing here, even on the channel, talks so much about mindset when it comes to weight loss. And that is absolutely like my thing. That's my passion. I love to share about weight loss mindsets, inner healing, just in general, like mental health. I just think it's so important. I've seen the importance of it in my life. I know it's important to others that I work with, and I'm seeing the transformation in women, and it's just amazing. But I haven't really been sharing what I've been doing for my diet, right? Like I haven't been talking about, well, how do I eat and how have I maintained my 65-pound weight loss. I haven't really talked a lot about that. So I want to really quick share with you what I'm doing right now, and what I'm going to continue to do, what I've been doing, and then what I'm going to continue to do. All right. So what I've been doing is just kind of eating healthy, making the best choice, that I can every chance I get an opportunity to eat, and not stressing out about my diet. Okay. So when I say diet, I am not talking about what diets I'm following, like Nutrisystem, keto, Weight Watchers, Whole30. I'm not talking about that kind of diet. I'm talking about the diet of my life, right? The eating that I do. That's your diet. Okay. Whatever it is you eat, that's your diet. So when I say that, that's what I mean. I just want to bring some clarity there all the time. But I understand also that there's a lot of people that follow here on this channel who do follow different diets and they want to know about different diets. So they're going to be times I share about different diets because they ask me questions and I may know something about that and I can give you some info if I do. If I don't, I'm not going to say nothing about it. But anyways, what I have been doing to maintain that 65-pound weight loss after God just completely came and did an overhaul on my mindset about diets and like how I just kind of jumped off the diet bandwagon and I said, I'm not following this stuff anymore. It's just not working for me. It might work short term, but it's not working long term. And for those of you who are on a diet, or who have been on diets over and over again, you know what I mean? Like you jump on a diet, it might work. You might lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, even up to 100 pounds. Some of you have told me you've lost. But then when you quit the diet, the weight quickly returns. That's a problem, right? That's a big problem. And I was seeing that and God started showing me, here's the missing links. Here's the things that you're doing. And I want you to stop doing these diets because you're glorifying man's way when you succeed, seemingly. But I want you to start doing these things over here to glorify me with your health so that however it is you achieve these results for health, it's only for the glory of me. Like it's for my glory, God said, not mine. I mean, but God's. Okay. And so I just thought, okay, fine. So I like relented. I threw my hands up in the air and I said, all right, God, whatever it is that you want me to do, sure. Yeah. I'm just going to do that. And I dropped all the diets. I dropped all the things. And it's kind of made me a little bit leery, and a little apprehensive maybe about sharing what diet, how I'm eating on this channel. Like, what am I doing? And I share some of this stuff with my, my private coaching clients, my group coaching clients. I share a lot of these things, these ins, like what exactly am I doing now? And honestly, I haven't changed a whole lot of anything over the last year. I have done the same thing, just maintain, because how you lose weight is how you're going to have to maintain weight. So I lost slowly. I got to this place where it was like a flat line and I wasn't really going anywhere. And I kind of just got okay with that, got comfortable. And I said, okay, I'm all right here where I'm at. And that's okay. And so I stuck with just the mindset stuff, working through the mindset stuff. I stopped focusing on the scale. I stopped focusing on what I thought I needed to do to lose more weight. It was like, it's never enough. I just stopped focusing on any of that. The results did not matter. All that mattered is that I started running towards the healthiest version of myself to glorify God. And that was it. That was my main focus. I just put the blinders on, put my nose to the ground and went running towards God. And it has been phenomenal, but there's been a shift. Okay. And the shift has come over the last couple of months. And there's been a lot of things that God has released me to do now that I didn't feel released to do before. So I'm going to be sharing lots and lots of new things. If you're new to the channel and you're just watching this for the first time, subscribe so you can find out all the things. If you're here joining me and you're like, hey, I'm here for you, girl. I'm here all the time. Hey, I'm glad you're here. First of all, hi. But share this with somebody else who needs it, who needs freedom from diets, from yo-yo dieting, from, trying everything under the sun, right? Because the diet industry, and I say this all the time, I think it's like $72 billion a year industry now, and it has a 95% failure rate. So if you're doing the same thing over and over again and it's not working for you, but you're expecting to keep doing it and the next time it's going to work, right? If you're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting to get different results, what's that? They say that's the definition of insanity. And I agree with that. I think that doesn't make any sense. Like, what kind of crazy person keeps doing these things? Me, like us, right? We try and we're like, well, it didn't work. And so, well, let me try this. And that didn't work. Okay, well, this one diet worked for me before. I'll go back to that diet. And we just blow money and we blow our time. And it's just terrible. And I've learned a whole new way. I've learned a whole strategy. I've learned a whole new mindset and behavior pattern in my life that has totally broken the chains of all this stuff that I battle with for 40, well, not 40 years. I'm 40 years old, but for the majority of my life, since I was about 7 years old. Okay. So what I've started to do recently is over the last couple of months is called intermittent fasting. And intermittent fasting, for me, is not a diet. It's not the thing that I'm going to follow to lose 20 pounds, although that may happen and that's fine. But why I chose to do intermittent fasting was honestly for my health and for my mind, like for my brain, because I know the effects and the power of fasting. So I've been studying fasting, I've been learning about fasting for religious purposes, and then also for just the health and longevity of our body. And I think it's very powerful, very, very powerful. But I just have to say, I'm not jumping in intermittent fasting in this live stream. I won't, but I want to, but I'm not going to. But I do want to say this. Intermittent fasting at one point in my life was totally triggering, and there was no way I could have done it. No way. Because intermittent fasting in my mind meant I'm starving. And I had dieted so much that I just couldn't. It just triggered me to eat all the things, and it wasn't good. Keto, Whole30, and intermittent fasting. Now, everybody's body is different. So everyone can do specific things. Like what you may be able to do something I can't do, and vice versa. Okay. So for me, because of the eating issues, my food stories, and my past, I could not do those diets because they triggered me in such a way that it just was not healthy. It was not healthy at all. And so all the times I tried to do intermittent fasting, I would fail. I would gain weight. And the reason for that is because my mind had not been changed yet. I had not been renewed in my mind about food and about myself and about all the things, right? Like I had not dealt with all the stuff that I needed to deal with in my life. And so once I started to go through this process with God over the last year and a half or so, and got healed and started dealing with the internal mindsets and stuff, that is when everything inside of me started shifting. And I felt the release. Like I felt God say, it's time. And we're going to do intermittent fasting. And at first I was like, I do not think so. Do you know who you're talking to? Like, God, I don't know about this. But it was time. And so I tried. I just tried. I said, let me just see. Okay. You said, God, I'm going to listen. I trust you. I think you know what you're doing up there. Okay, let's just think you know what you're doing in my life. Let me just listen. And so that's what I did. So I started just basically cutting out breakfast and fasting from 12. Well, I would eat from 12 to 8. I usually stopped eating actually about 6:30 when I stopped eating. And I eat again the next day about 12 or 1, just when I get hungry. And it's been great. I feel better. I think my body in general feels better. It's awesome when I'm doing it like that. If right now I don't feel like I can just do one meal a day like some people or whatever, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that if you feel led to do that. But I'm doing it differently now than I ever did before, because when I would do intermittent fasting before and it was time to eat at 12, for instance, I would eat everything under the sun. I mean, the whole house. Like I'd just be like, eat, 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 eat. And I felt like I was starving. So I had to be a pack rat because I wasn't going to get to eat for 18 hours or 16 hours. Well, yes, 16 hours. I don't do math, y'all. Okay. But for 8 hours I would eat, for 16 I wouldn't. Okay. So for the 8 hours that I was eating, I was like, I was eating everything in the world before. And so doing it this time, I've just slowly like let myself be okay with like listening to my body and saying, if I'm hungry before noon, I'm going to eat. If I'm hungry after 7, I will eat, which isn't typical because I've learned how to stop like nighttime snacking a long time ago. So that's what I'm doing right now, intermittent fasting. There's so many benefits to fasting in general as I've been studying it, like fasting period, not just intermittent fasting, but like a whole day of fasting or spending time, in prayer coupled with fasting. There's so many benefits to that, like to fasting for our physical bodies, that I've just been, my husband are like, I'm like, whoa, my mind is constantly blown about the benefits. God knew what he was doing when he said, fast. I mean, there's so many things. There's reasons why we fast for spiritual things, for religious reasons, right? Like for whatever we fast for, that's biblical. But then the physical act of fasting is healing for our bodies. It is rejuvenating and healing, and it does so many things. It's so stinking amazing. Okay. But I won't get into that right now, but that's what I'm doing. If you've been curious, intermittent fasting, have I lost a bunch of weight doing it? No, but that's not the goal. Like I'm just not trying to actually lose a bunch of weight doing it right now. I'm just trying to be obedient to the Lord and what he's told me it's time to move forward in. And so slow and steady, listen, it wins the race. It wins the race. There's no need to try and plow through to get to the other side, because this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. You're going to need your energy for the long haul to lose the weight and keep it off. Losing the weight and keeping it off means a lifestyle change. And I'm going to be doing a webinar coming up pretty soon where I'm going to be sharing like the 5 mistakes that you're making that are keeping you, on the diet roller coaster. And you're going to want to come to that. I'll give you more information about that coming up pretty soon. Also, but I just want to end right here and just ask you a quick question. What questions do you have for me? What are some things that are going on in your life with your health, whether that's mental or physical, that I might be able to help you with? I would love for you to just leave those in the comments for me in the chat. Let me know what's going on in your life, because I would love to be able to share whatever, insight I feel like I can share with you, whether that's here on the channel or my podcast, that I may do it, in one or the other places, but I'll let you know for sure where that will be. So please ask your questions. You can always go up, if you're a subscriber, go into the community tab and just, answer those questions when I type those out and let you guys like have a voice, right? Like, what do you need? Like, how can I serve you right now? So that is it for right now. Just let me know what your questions are. If you want to be part of that Bible study, go grab the link in the comments for the Freedom from Emotional Eating Bible study, and we're going to get started August 21st. And so check the link in the description and in the comments, and I'll see you guys soon.